What's the word? You are now rocking with the first official episode of the Fleecers Fantasy Football Podcast. You're rocking with your host, CJ Bolware. I got my fellow analysts, my homies, family, whatever you want to call them. I got my boy Nigel Thompson and my boy Eli Knight. We're going to do, on the first official podcast, we're going to do a couple little introductions, a little get to know you. Get to know your host and your analysts. You feel me? Nigel, start off. Give me. I got some questions for you. We're gonna go through a whole little list just so that they can know the fellas. I want you to give me your name. Tell them how old you is. Let them know so that they can, feel like they could cozy up with you. Let you know like they can feel like we know what the age groups, what the generations are, where we talking from, how much knowledge niggas got. You feel me? You are going to hear a nigga on this podcast. Sorry, but not sorry.
Yeah.
Give me your name, give me your age, where you living right now, you feel me, where you at. If you got a favorite football team, if you don't, that's cool. Just so they know where the bias is at. You feel me? Then we can also get into how long you've been playing fantasy football and how it came into your life. How did this hobby come and take over your life as is?
Yo, first off, you already said it. My name is Nigel, 27. I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina. You feel me? So you would think I'd be a Panthers fan. It's not the case. Not the case. I'm a Steelers fan through and through. It's where my bias is at.
You a Steelers fan?
Yes, man. Stop it, bro. Don't do that. Like,
Really?
Yeah. You got to give your introduction.
That's
So
crazy.
I don't want
Okay, all right. That caught me up.
I don't want to say what team you're a fan of. I don't want to. I want to start explaining it in the beginning of this show. I don't want to start that. But I'm a Steelers fan. Just count rings up. Count rings up. When you talk to me.
He said count rings up. Don't make me go. You know I got the
Yo, and I started fantasy just a year ago.
My boy, new in the game.
I'm new in the game, but don't get it twisted. I was in a championship. You feel me? So I obviously know what I'm doing. I came here from sports betting. You feel me? If you can bet on the game, you can bet on the season, in my opinion. And that's what I see it as. So I've been doing my thorough research. I've been doing my thing, and I'm in the fantasy space.
I like it.
Right.
Nigel Thompson, we like it. You know the name, know the voice. You feel me? Let's see the face if you're on YouTube or if you're on the socials. Get with it. Eli, tell them about yourself.
My fellas, wonderful to be on here, man. Eli Knight, 26, right? From Raleigh, North Carolina. Unlike my boy Nigel, who is not a Panthers fan. Yes, born and raised Carolina Panthers fan, all day, every day, man. Bro, I've been in the fantasy game for 9 years strong, man. 9 years, bro.
Ooh, that boy geriatric in this game.
Hey, come on now. We seasoned around here, man. But dude, man, really fantasy came into my life senior year of high school, man. Ironically, I've been playing football, but then really ain't get into fantasy football since senior year. A couple of my boys was like, hey, yo, we putting together a nice little league. I said, you know what? Let me go in. I didn't know what I was doing, bro. I was like, you know what? I'm about to take off the vibes, bro. Amazingly so, I happened to pick my boy Cam Newton that season. Had that MVP season. Picked AB. Had an MVP season as well. Bro, ended up winning that league. And then from there, I've been addicted to
I'm hooked.
ever since.
That's it. That's all I need.
You won your first season.
Hey, bro, first season.
Out the vibes. Hey, man. Hey, man. Talk to him. Talk to him.
Come on now.
He started the podcast back then.
Hey.
You feel me? He a whole Jake Delahome fan, man. We gotta give him credit.
Bro, they don't know about my boy Jake Delahome, bro. These come on now.
They call him Jake Delahome.
You feel me?
They don't know about
Hey,
double
man.
trouble. They don't know about double trouble, boy. My boy Jay Stu and D'Angelo Williams, bro. My boys.
Hey.
Funny story. I actually met. I don't know what year this was. I went to. I don't know if Eli. I don't know if you know this football camp, but back in the day they had. They probably still got this. It was a football camp called Offense and Defense Camp. It was a big time like camp that you sent your kids to, and they had all different ages. I've been to it twice, and so they have it across the country.
Yeah.
And at each state that they be having it in, they'll have like the NFL team or whatever the city that it was. So I don't know what year this was. This was like the first year I started taking like, I must have been like one of my last couple years in Pop Warner. So I had to be like I was one of the late bloomers. I was playing Pop Warner in middle school. So like 6, 7. I didn't play for my middle school team. My middle school team was Garbaggio. You feel me? So we ain't even get into that one. But I ended up going to 2 offensive defense camps. One was in Baltimore. I met Ray Lewis. I could probably go find the ball that he signed somewhere in my closet at my mama's house. And then I went to the one in Charlotte, and I met your boy D'Angelo.
Bro.
I met your boy D'Angelo.
Bro, I got his jersey
and him about the same height back in the 8th grade. But hey, that boy was a beast. I'll tell you that much.
D'Angelo Williams was like that, bro. Unsung hero, bro.
That boy was a beast. And now I'll get into my introduction. Your host, like I said, my name is CJ Boulware. Listen, I'm originally from New York City. I moved to North Carolina middle school. I've known Nigel since middle school. I've known my boy Eli since high school. We was in cross. I don't even know if you call them crosstown rivals. My boy went to the school that had just started when it got there, and so I don't even know. But you feel me? When Raleigh, North Carolina, rivals. Now we homies. Been like that since then. I am 27. I'll be 28 in May 12th to be exact. Big Taurus gang. So 28 sound crazy. I don't even know how that feel. I swear to you, I don't feel a day when 16. Talk to him. Then come through. I got my favorite football team. Like I said, I'm from New York, so every team you ask me gonna be a New York City team. I currently live in New York. I currently live in Brooklyn now. My favorite football team is the Giants. Don't all clap at the same time. I understand. But you feel me? We got them 2 Super Bowl rings back in the 2010s.
Thanks.
I don't know how many. I don't know the last time the Steelers won one of those. So I'm just saying. Just saying. And goddamn it, the Panthers ain't been close back then since Cam Newton. So I don't want to hear nada. I don't want to hear nothing.
Look. Yeah, you ain't catching no bullets from me.
Hey,
man.
Talk to him. I've been in fantasy football.
This ain't it.
I've been in fantasy football since I want to say my freshman year of college, and exactly how I got into fantasy football was exactly how I think everybody gets in, because it's going to get into why people should play fantasy football. And I'll tell you how I got into fantasy football. It was my pops and some uncles of mine got together and was like, they wanted to do the fantasy football league and added me. And I was like, I want to let you know I started solely because that was the year the Giants just started being hot trash. And so the only NFL games I ever watched growing up was only Giants games. I didn't watch any other teams. And so if that wasn't happening, once the Giants started being ass, I wasn't watching no games. Started getting into fantasy football, and that gave me a reason to start tuning into at least other people, other players, and then you start forming your bonds with players and things of that nature. I'm talking about I started around the time Odell Beckham was still on the Giants. Boy was out there catching. Then my boy went on the yachts, and it was all downhill from there. I want to let you know I was out there supporting my boy till the very end. I was
every step of the way.
Every step of the way I was supporting my guy, and I felt all of it. I felt all of it. I want to let you know that for surely. So yeah, getting into that's the introductions out the way. My boy Nigel, my boy Eli, and your boy CJ. Getting into my next section that I wanted to get into is, why do we think people should be playing fantasy football? Fantasy football is growing. It's a growing hobby. I believe that, one, for a fact, like I said, if your NFL team is hot trash, join a fantasy football league, and I promise you'll find some sense of redemption and be like, you know what, my team trash, but you know what, I can pick a good player. At least I can eye some talent, you know.
Yeah.
You've been watching bad players on your team all this whole time, so you know what good look like. Jesus. It don't look like your team. And I understand it. Listen, I also feel like a reason why people should play fantasy football, if you've been thinking about it, if you've been on the fence eyeing it, I truly believe that it builds at least a sense of community in a sense. I swear to you, a perfect example is my boy Eli. I'll let you know that, like I said, we was cool in high school. Once, people start growing, you go to college. I went to college in upstate New York, of all places. Small school called Hobart and William Smith. Played football there. And so my first couple years, I wasn't too I was only doing fantasy football with my pops and my uncles. But with that being said, I was speaking to uncles and a couple cousins I hadn't speaking to in years, hadn't seen them face to face in forever. You know what I mean? And then I ended up joining my homeboy Mo's league, and in that league, my boy Eli Knight was in there, and then we reconnected, and how long we been in the Cozy League?
Oh man, what's it? At least 4 years.
It's the fifth year.
Yeah, bro.
It's got to be going on the fifth year.
Bare minimum full.
Bare minimum.
Minimum.
And it's so crazy because the last 2 years I done made it all the way to the championship twice in a row, and I ain't even gonna talk about that.
Don't even get into it, bro.
We ain't gonna talk about that right now. Whoo! I'm tearing up.
Hall of Fame choke artist, man.
I'm tearing up just thinking about it. Get into the man. Don't even talk about that. Because last year I only made it to the second round of I made it to the championship round last year in the Cozy League. The year before that, I was in a total of 5 leagues. I'm always in mad leagues. We gonna get to that too. But the year before that, I made it to the championship in 3 leagues. I was like, oh, I'm good money. Great money, actually. Come to find out, I wanted to slide in all 3 of those leagues. Came in second in all 3 of those leagues.
Oh, God.
Hopefully, y'all have more luck with our analysts, with our we got some champions, we got some champion runner-ups. At least we can get you there.
Hey, we
can get
you there.
What you do when you get there, that's on you. We can at least get you there. You feel me?
Thanks.
And so, but like I said, I think playing fantasy football, I swear to God, it builds you a sense of community. There are friends that I wouldn't say fell out with, but just communication, just kind of people are going different ways in life and stuff like that. And then, but that football season come back around. Hey, y'all mocking? What you feeling? Who you going first round? Who your first pick? Okay, all right. I just wanted to hear a little something. But tell me, let me know, Eli. You started off. Let me know what do you think are some reasons why people should be playing fantasy football?
Hey man, if you like you said, man, it builds that great sense of community. For me personally, man, like you said, it's a great way to stay connected with family and friends. I usually do around 4 to 6 leagues every season. So for work, I put them on a couple of leagues for me and my gym members. So they'll hop in different leagues and stuff. So they're all into it. Every time I'm coaching classes with them, we're all engaging in some conversation about, pickups and stuff like that. So, it's just fun to be able to talk with them about it, while I'm at work and stuff. And they even, just being able to connect with my boys and stuff, we always hopping in, the group chats. So, man, you cannot get past that. That might be one of the best things about fantasy football, man. The group chat is going to stay, on off season, during the off season. But once that draft hits or leading up to the draft, and once the season goes on, boy, the shit talking that goes on in the group chat, that's some of the funniest things you will ever be a part of. No matter, if it's a group chat with your boys or work group chat, just the competitive fun. And also, if you playing in some competitive leagues where you put some money, hey, it's a nice little payout once the playoffs end.
Yeah.
And if you have to win that championship season, you getting a paycheck after Christmas. So another
that after Christmas bonus, the dude be coming in. You be like, whoo!
That after Christmas bonus, depending on how much y'all put in. Hey,
and it could be so depending on how much I put in, depending on how your winning payouts are. Some people, the average league that I've been in, they typically do some sort of, if you win third place, you get your money back, whatever you put into it. Nigel over here like, F that. I ain't with none of that.
I'm a competitor. I don't really think second place is getting no money,
Hey,
but we give out participation awards in fantasy, so I can accept it. I can accept it. I'm new to it. I'm gonna keep on letting Eli keep on telling us why we should join fantasy.
Hey,
I,
man. Hey, man, I gave my reasons, man. Like I said,
yeah,
it's
talk
a
to him.
great
Talk
way
to
to
him,
stay
Nigel. Talk
connected.
to him, Nigel.
A great way to stay connected.
hey man, I'm a competitor. I'm a competitor. Like I ain't gonna lie. Like this when Eli was talking about group chat warriors, I'm one of those guys. I don't know nobody in that group chat that we in. I don't know nobody in that group chat. I'm talking crazy. I've been the underdog the whole season. I
That is
just
the
like
name. That is the name of his team in the league.
Yeah, it
you
is.
feel me? I was winning by 1 point, only scoring 90 all season, just to end up in the finals. You feel what I'm saying?
Talk
And
to him.
I'm a
And was talking your shit the whole time. Said,
talking.
don't let me.
I knew I was gonna be there. I saw it. They ain't see it. You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? And I just like competing. I like talking junk. Well, once you get my age and your knees start giving out, you can't compete on the court or the field no more. You gotta compete in other ways. You feel me? You gotta put your money somewhere else.
Hey,
And
listen.
that's why I chose to put my money in. I just put my money in fantasy football. So and then that's why I got into fantasy football. That's why you should join fantasy football. If you're a competitor, you can't get on that field no more. Hey man, come on
Hey,
fantasy
if it's
land,
time,
man.
to hang it up, but you wanna talk some shit. Get you into a good fantasy football league, and don't let that league have a punishment. It's one
Oh
thing.
Lord.
It's one thing to have a fantasy league that you pay to get into. That make that the competition run, because of course I needs my money, my bread.
Yeah.
You feel me? You feel me? That cheddar cheese. You feel me? But
Before we
listen,
go before we go too far, there was a loser of last year. There's somebody came in last place last year. Um,
this is true.
I don't remember if this person ever had a
Well,
punishment noted.
first off, we're in a few different leagues. So
Yeah.
one of the league that the three of us are jointly in, where it's specifically a dynasty league. Now we will be having future episodes recapping and talking about the different type of leagues that you can join. This will mainly be a redraft fantasy
Yeah.
football analysis, but the one that we're in is a dynasty league, and in that one, I believe the specific last place punishment that we have is that Buddy, all Buddy has to do is buy the trophy.
Yeah. I mean,
So we
Okay.
didn't have a
yeah,
punishment. We don't have a punishment per se as an actual activity,
yeah.
but in that specific one that you're talking about, he has to buy. This was the first year. We had a redraft league the year prior, and this was we all wanted to do something new and try a dynasty league out for the first time. And in trying this dynasty league out, the last place finisher this year, that punishment had to buy the trophy that we will now be using pretty much the rest of the season, as long as the season is in commission, and we'll probably
Yeah.
just be adding nameplates or something like that. But the loser had to go ahead and get the first one started. And hey, listen, it's crazy when you go ahead and you pay to join a league, you lose that,
They got
pay
the
to
same.
pay to be in last place, and then in a few more months you're gonna pay to join again.
Yeah. Man.
That's tough.
Man.
That's tough. That's
It's
tough. That's
tough.
tough. That's
Need to
super
have
tough.
it as a tax
In the
write-off
league
now.
that I think Nigel was trying to refer to, that's a league that me and Eli are in. You'll hear us referring to it. It'll be the Cozy Boy League, the Cozy Boys, the Cozy League, whatever, Cozy for short. In that last place, we had actually a two-part. You had an option actually. You had one or the other. You had the one choice was this viral one chip hot chip challenge. You
Uh,
go ahead and burn your mouth off if you want to. So all
Yeah.
good. That was one option. The other option that we had was you had to do a workout session of at least an hour in a public gym wearing a dress. I believe that's
Yep.
what we decided
Did-
on. Now,
that's what I want to know. I want to know if that last place person fulfilled that.
that is totally up to them. They are pretty late on that, actually. They were supposed to.
Very late. They were very late on that.
They're actually very late on that.
That actually needs to be addressed.
We're gonna have. I'll keep y'all informed of that. Actually, if we can get some video evidence on either option that they do, because I believe they chose that they was gonna do the dress. We are secure in our masculinity over here. It don't matter.
Okay.
He said. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't doing no one chip challenge either. I don't do spicy food at all, so that was never going to be a choice for me. But nonetheless, I wasn't going to be in last place either, so I was never worried.
Hey,
saying.
Hey, we'll talk about last place over here. Not in the Fleecer, you know.
Not at the Fleecers. You won't be in last place. I can tell you that much right here. Like I said before, we're going to get you to the chip. What you do there is up to you, but we're going to get you there. Most definitely. Okay, what I want to get into, we're going to start getting into the crux and the meat and the potatoes, and that was the introductions, why we think you should play, why we think you should fuck with us here at the Fleecers. We love it. Now, and also let me give you a little bit of the Fleecers. Let me just give you a little background on what it is to be a fleecer here. The definition. I wanted to go ahead because this is how I was when I was trying to figure out the names of our podcast. I was brainstorming, and I'll tell you right now, one of the few things that I looked through our group chat, and I was looking through, seeing some hot takes, some hot words that we always throw around, and one thing nobody wants when you're going into trading. Because in fantasy football you can trade players and picks depending on the league that you're in and things of that nature, but we'll get into that. But we're mainly a redraft podcast. One of the things when you're in the league, you done drafted your players, you done got your team, but you're like, you know what? I could see another player on somebody else's team looking better on the winning side. You feel me? So what happens is you say, you know what? Let me see what I can get. But also, maybe I don't want to give up too much, just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, the word of the day is, or the phrase of the day is, don't get fleeced. Don't get fleeced. That's all that matters, is don't get fleeced. Now, your boy Nigel over here, as you'll see later in these seasons, your boy Nigel love to take risks, so he ain't never scared to lose a trade now. So let's just
say Nigel is the Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah.
Nigel will say, "Fuck them pigs."
Hey, and we'll get into that. We'll definitely be getting into that. Yeah. We had plenty of episodes. We'll be a long long, outstanding podcast from time to come.
Yeah.
But let me just the definition of fleeced is to take someone's money dishonestly by charging too much money or by cheating them.
There's a man that will not trade with me today because he was fleeced. Because he was.
You know what? He's in that man is also in our other fantasy leagues. And the second he ever feels like, the worst feeling in fantasy football is feeling like you got fleeced. And so you got fleeced for your player and you realize, ooh, I've made a grave mistake here.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than that feeling. But on the other side, here at the Fleecers, we do the fleecing. You feel me? We do the fleecing. To fleeced or not be fleeced, that is the goddamn question. And you know how we feel over here. So listen, that was real quick. I just wanted to give in that definition on where we stand. You feel me? Now, to get into kind of the crux and the meat potatoes of our podcast today, of the episode today, I want to do. We got this podcast. This episode will be coming out next Wednesday. We're recording. We like to be ahead of time here to prepare to get this out in a timely fashion for our audience and our listeners. But this will be coming out the Wednesday before the draft. You feel me? The NFL draft is coming up. The NFL draft is August 25th through the 27th. You know, if y'all are familiar, if you're not, day one is the first round. Day 2 is the second and third round, and then day 3, 4 through 7. Smooth beans. Go ahead and find you a Mr. Irrelevant if you need him. Now, so what we're going to do here today is we're going to try to do a little bit of a pre-draft fantasy predictions. We want some, you feel me? We're going to go ahead and try to give out our top 5 at the main positions. And when I mean the main positions here at fantasy football, you're talking about your number one, your signal caller, your shot caller, you feel me? Big QBs around here. You got your running backs, you got your wide receivers, and you can't forget about those tight ends. So
Thanks.
we're gonna go and start off. We're gonna start off with our top 5. We're gonna do the QBs. We'll start off with the QBs first, and then we'll move by position. So who want to go first? Anybody feel like going first on their QBs on their top 5, or they want to
I go ahead and go first.
start it off?
And I'm gonna just say the names. Anybody I feel like is at a place y'all let me know.
Start with 5. Start with 5, and then work your way.
Number 5, the one y'all don't want to hear.
Oh, talk to him.
Number 5 is Bryson Young.
If I could, if we are able to put sound and sound on these podcasts, please don't leave us. I know this is episode 1. Work with us here. He not knows what he does. But go ahead. I'm just joking with you. Go ahead.
No, you good.
I swear to you, I'd give you a good wah, wah, wah.
Hey, listen.
Let me know.
I'm a prophet when it comes to this. Number 4 is Josh Allen. You feel me? You got Big Josh at 4? Mm? Oh yes, because at number 3, it's their man, Jordan Love. Number 3.
Jordan Love at 3 is tough.
Over Josh.
Your list is peculiar, but continue.
We have Lamar Jackson number 2, and Patty Mahomes number 1.
You got Big Patty.
Now,
you got Big Patty number 1.
Number 1.
Okay. I
I
feel
got Patrick Mahomes number 1.
Talk to me. Give me a little, and just for a little. I thought this would be a good a little tidbit for the listeners. I'm gonna name the top 5 finishers last year, just to give y'all a little bit. And this is gonna be, I'm gonna go fantasy leaders by fantasy points per game. You feel me?
Perfect.
Now I'm gonna take out your boy. They got your boy Joe Flacco here, number 3.
Flacco.
We're gonna take him out just because he started towards the end of the season. But they got at 5. They do got your boy Jay Love up there, Jordan Love from the Green Bay Packers. They got at 4. They got Dak. They got your boy Dak, choke artist Prescott. I'm sorry.
The 4.
I'm sorry. I ain't gonna call him a choke artist, but because he actually went crazy because he got number 4. But we just know Dallas. I'm a Giants fan. I'm a Dallas hater. I'm sorry. You're gonna feel it. You're just gonna feel it. I'm sorry. In fantasy football, we try not to be biased over here. But go ahead. We got Dak at 4. We got Lamar, Bojack 3. You feel me? Lamar Jackson at 3, and then we got your boy, the tush push, Jalen Hurts, and then at number 1. The Great White Hope, Josh Allen. There's another Great White Hope out there, but we'll tell you. We got 2 Great White Hopes out here.
Each one's what? Trevor Lawrence?
No.
Oh, my bad.
Absolutely not. Everybody know who the other Great White Hope is. And that boy tote that thing for the gold, for the bronze, and for the gold team. You feel me? For the burgundy and gold. You feel me?
After hearing that, Bob, I mean, I got 3 of those guys in there.
Hey, listen, that's what I'm saying. I feel it. You got J Love. You got. Name me one more time. Name me your one more time.
Lamar, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Bryce Young, J Love. I feel like they're gonna surround Patrick Mahomes with adequate pieces. With the receiver thing, I know y'all don't want to get into that. It's a sensitive subject. They're gonna surround them with the right pieces this season. Because
hold on, first off, my bad. We can talk about, because we all got, I think, if I'm looking somewhere, spoiler, I think we all got Patrick Mahomes somewhere in there. So we can get to talking about
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes, but start off with Bryce Young, please.
Bryce Young.
Start with him. Make a case for him first.
Please.
If y'all haven't seen the moves they made in the offseason, they surrounded him with better offensive line help, better receiving help. I think I read the statistic. Outside of Adam Thielen, the rest of those wide receivers would damn near dead last in separation.
Okay, I did see that. I have seen that statistic. Go ahead.
So you would play a team with one of the best separators in the league currently, Deontay Johnson. You make Adam Thielen the second receiver. I just thought it looks like you changed the coach. It looks like a recipe for success, and I think he's gonna be the quarterback everyone thought he was coming in. You feel me? Yeah, y'all gonna see him over the likes of his draft mates, such as AR and CJ Stroud. And y'all gonna come back to the Fleecers podcast and be like, you know what?
AR being Anthony Richardson. I know because I want to let y'all know I don't know why I thought of Aaron Rodgers at first. That was the first AR that I thought of, but he talked about Anthony Richardson. But continue.
Oh yeah, you guys gonna see him excel over those people, and you're gonna be like, oh, this is why the Panthers took him when they took him.
Okay, okie dokie. So you got Bryce Young. You got your take on Bryce Young is better offensive line play, and they got Deontay Johnson to be a new separator.
Yeah,
to separate more.
Yeah.
And let me go ahead and look at. Let me go ahead and look. Let me look at the Panthers receiving core. Panthers wide receivers. Let me get that. We got the NFL depth chart. We're on ESPN. Their receivers going in right now are Deontay Johnson, Adam Thielen, and Jonathan Mingo. And they got the tight end Tommy Tremble. I want to say good luck to y'all. And if you think that Bryce Young is going to be a top 5, go ahead. It seems like at the draft projection at which he will be picked up, hey, you might get a steal. Hey. I'm looking at a steal. Now,
hey, I'm throwing that out there now. Unless y'all think our quarterbacks out there.
All right. With that being said, with you at 5, Eli, go ahead and give me your top QBs. Go 5 down.
My top QBs, man. Starting with number 5. With a piggyback off my boy Nigel, I'm gonna put Jordan Love at number 5, man.
I was about to say he about to go Bryce Young again. We'll just stop this whole podcast.
No.
Hey,
we'll just
we
could just.
I'm a loyal Panthers fan, but I don't follow my blind faith. Let's say that. I don't follow my blind faith.
One more time.
Right. So we got Jordan Love at number 5.
Copy.
Right. Number 4, CJ Stroud. I think CJ Stroud is really going to take some steps this season. I like the addition of Stephon Diggs to his wide receiver core with Nico Collins and Tank Dell. They already got Noah Schultz there. They added Joe Mixon in the backfield. I'm liking what they're cooking in Houston, man. So, I think.
Okay, I do too. I second that. He's not in my. I don't have him in my top 5. It was a hard honorable mention, and I will say that a lot of experts around the league, you feel me? We listen to a lot of podcasts around here. We listen to and we take from a lot of different stats and a lot of different fantasy websites and analysts around the league. And so a lot, I'd say one of the people that I like a lot is CBS Fantasy Sports. And I will say in consensus day, a lot of people do got Stroud at 5. Yeah, I don't, but I understood. So talk to him.
Yeah, so I like CJ Stroud at 4. Number 3, Jalen Hurts. That offense kind of took a little dip towards the end of the season, but he's still Jalen Hurts. Rushing upside is there. He still got A.J. Brown. He still got Devontae Smith to add it. Saquon Barkley, so I think he's still gonna stay in that top 3. Number 2, I got Lamar Jackson. The addition of Derrick Henry, I think it's gonna take a lot from him having to feel the pressure of running too much. But they also added strength on strength. They always been good with the running game, so I think they added a nice little addition to the running game. And I think if they add another receiver in the passing game with Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, I think he's going to be cooking. So he's my number 2. Number 1, my boy Josh Allen.
I want to let it be known. I've been playing fantasy football like I said with Eli for the past, let's say, minimum 4 years. I think going on 5. I want to let it be known in every league I've ever played with this man, he has always had Josh Allen
Come on
all
now.
the time.
Come on now. Hey, what can I say? Now I know he lost.
I could have told you. I could have told you he was going to pick Josh Allen.
Hey, look, everybody knew he was going to be number one. Come on now. Everybody knew he was going to be number one. I know he lost Stephon Diggs, but I like the way that the offense was starting to look towards the end of the season for him. He started to become a little more efficient, not having to force the ball to Stephon as much. The running game started to show up. They add another receiver to him. He might take a little step down in the passing game just a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be enough to knock him out that top 5. And that rushing upside is still there for him. So I have him as my number 1 fantasy QB.
Okay. I'll go ahead and give my top 5. I'll go ahead and give my top 5. I'm gonna start with 5. I know hey, listen, this might come as a surprise because, like I said, I'm their number 1 hater. I do have Dak Prescott as number 5. I'm not gonna hold you. I do got your boy Dak. Now, with the fact that he don't have the rushing upside, the way that they went, the way that him and CeeDee Lamb went crazy the last 12 games of the season, pretty much after their bye, them boys was going nuclear. It made no sense. The reason why I lost my fantasy championship last year was because of CeeDee Lamb. I'm gonna be real with you. I'll be real with you. I'm not even going to talk about that right now because I got more to say about it.
Is it PTSD more than analysis? Is
hey, listen, if you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah.
But
okay,
nah,
okay.
I'm gonna call a spade a spade. They're not gonna win no playoff games, but they'll win you a fantasy league. I could give I'll give you. They're not gonna win no playoff games.
But they win you a league.
I want to let you know the New York Giants. The New York Giants got more Super Bowl wins since I've been alive than the Cowboys have playoff wins. I think they're tied. Actually, I could probably look that up. I think they won a wild card and they won one first round, right?
2 playoff games.
I can only remember 2 playoff games. Okay, cool.
I haven't been in football enough to know why is this America's team.
Because
you bringing up some sore topics.
We're gonna say Texas, and America has some affliction for the South a little bit, and everything is quote bigger in Texas. I don't know. Jerry Jones went. I don't know. White people, whatever you want to say.
Keep going with you, Liz.
Hey, listen. Now. So with that being said, I know the America's team is of old. It's the old generation's America's team. I don't even know if America even got no team. That's your dad and your grandfather and your uncle's team.
We done with the 90s.
We're done with the 90s for real.
We're done with the 90s. Okay.
But I do got Dak. Listen, the way I got Dak Prescott at number 5, like I said. After the bye, them boys was going nuclear crazy. Let me see right here. Like I said, Dak Prescott finished 4th. He finished 4th in fantasy points per game at 20.7, and this is a PPR scoring. I don't know. I gotta make sure. I believe they got typically your typical scoring will have your touchdowns at 6. Or some passing touchdowns at 6, and some may got the passing touchdowns at 4. So forgive me for not knowing that exact one. But fantasy points per game at 20, and everybody knows if your QB can give you 20, well, you looking for a good 20. You're looking for a good 20 to 23-ish is what you're looking for to be a top QB. Excuse me. And then if I go to fantasy points, if I just go outright by top 5 finishes in fantasy in total points of the season, Dak Prescott is at 3. So that's just going to tell you why I feel like they don't have a running back. They might get a running back in the draft. We'll see. They probably will, but probably maybe more than likely a day 2 or day 3 pick. A round 2, round 3 pick. And so with that being said, I still think that boy going force feed his receivers, and they still believe in that man, and I believe this is gonna be his last year of his contract. So if he wanted to be anybody something decent, I do believe in contract years. That is something I always will be saying. I do believe in contract years, so I think he's gonna try to at least still ball. And I don't see them really stopping. I know they lost their their left tackle Smith. I think he's going to the Jets. So we'll see how their line is looking. I think because they've always had a great line, but they've had the same great line for like 6 seasons now. So they are touching that old time. So we will see. At 4, I do got my boy Patty Mahomes. Why do I have him at 4 and not a little bit? Because I want to talk about Patrick Mahomes just a little bit once we get into it. And then we also have going into, I got Jalen Hurts at 3. Jalen Hurts at 3 just solely because with the addition of Saquon Barkley, I do believe his rushing touchdowns are going to dip a bit. If I have the stat here, he had 15 rushing touchdowns, and we know that's for the tush push. So if I say we can at least take away like a good 6 of those or 7 of those, bring him down to like 7 to 8 rushing touchdowns this season, I think that's going to dip him back. But he still got, like you said, we still got AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. They still got my boy Goddard, and they got Saquon. And Saquon, the passing, he can do. It hurts to see Saquon leave the Giants, but go get paid. Get paid, young nigga. Get paid. Hey, listen, go ahead. And then at number 2, I got my boy Lamar Samuel Jackson. You feel me? So that's how I feel it. That boy. Hey, listen, he was trying to give MVP last year. You feel me? He did. I'm sorry, not trying. He did give MVP.
He did get MVP.
So with that being said, and I knew he was going to do that too, because I knew the way that he came off that injury and the way they went out crazy. Now, playoffs is playoffs. That's a whole nother thing. Get that boy some more pass catches, and please, I don't know why the hell they stopped running the ball. They were running the ball all season, and next thing you know, they started just wanting to pass every down in the playoffs.
And the playoffs, that was actually crazy. I'm like, oh, wow.
Hey, there's neither here nor there. We're talking about the regular season. And then we're going to get into our boy Joshua, Great White Hope, Allen.
So everybody has Josh Allen number 1 outside of me. Okay.
Yes. This is I've seen it, and even though Stephon Diggs because Stephon Diggs was going off in the beginning of the year, and then he tapered off something fierce. And so with that being said, that Josh Allen was like, I'll put the team on my back and just say, you feel me? And I was watching that man like Josh Allen like 6'5", 240. Like this boy, he got no business being that big and running like this. He the size of linebackers. He going crazy. He throw the ball. He like taking chances, and he run the ball. Listen, man, that man had how many? He had. That man had 15 rushing touchdowns, the same as Jalen Hurts without the tush push. That just goes
tush push.
And you feel me? And that boy had 29 throwing TDs too. And so one thing you will hear us say that rushing QBs are premium out here. That's you'll see that more and more as we go through. Get you a boy that can run.
Come on.
Get you a Booby Miles. He can run and can pass. You feel me? Night Lights. I want to just talk about. Give me your take before, because we're gonna have to move it on a little bit. I already see. We pushing. We at 45 minutes already. I like it.
I was thinking at the time. I said we're at 45. I like it. Just we're trying to aim for an hour. Let's make it happen.
You feel me? It's the first episode. We had to give a little introduction. The introduction is what took it long. So they probably won't all be this long, but you feel me? Just the first one. But we don't want to cut y'all off. Just give me. But I do want to talk about what's y'all take on Patty Mahomes. The reason why I feel like Patrick Mahomes is we all know that this man is. I consider him the GOAT. I consider him to go to football today. I know Tom got 7. I know Tom got 7, but I consider Patrick Mahomes today. So not Eli, Nigel, give me how you feel about Patrick Mahomes.
Obviously I got him number one, man. And that's just because like, and maybe it's because I'm new to like the football game. I've seen the talent. I've seen them make lemons out of lemonade. I've seen them do it with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So like I believe if they put more pieces around him, which I believe they will do. That like he the GOAT. I'm with you. You feel me? I'm with you. I don't. Travis Kelce obviously like teetered off towards a point in the season. Obviously, he had to deal with Kadarius Toney in the middle of the season. I don't believe we're gonna have those same issues.
That is a part that I do understand, that I do feel like with the fact that I could find the statistic. I could go search for it now, but since we're pressed for time, I know for a fact I think the Kansas City Chiefs had the worst drop rate in the NFL
Yeah.
last year, something along those lines. And he still finished in total points per game. He was 8th finishing QB, and then in points per game, and then he finished. But his points per game, he tapered off a little bit at 18.4 fantasy points per game.
Yeah.
And so, with that being said, I can see with the receivers, if they're catching addition of Marquise Brown, we'll see what happens with Rashid Rice. That's a whole nother conversation. Good luck to that brother. With that being said, I think Patrick Mahomes' I think the Kansas City Chiefs' biggest priority is going for a three-peat. And so with that being said, with them going for that three-peat, I don't think it's not going to be it won't always be the Patrick Mahomes show. But
Yeah.
so with that being said, that's why I just have it being a little bit more you got your Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, and your Josh Allens. You feel me? So that's why. That's how I feel. That's how I feel about it. I just think Patrick. I think they're trying to win Super Bowl. They're trying to go for a three-peat.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to be playing more team ball than anything. But I could also see them coming. The reason why I almost didn't have him in my top 5, but I was like, I'm wilding. I had him in my top 5 solely for the fact of since they had the worst drop rate last year, they gotta fix that. They just can't do that again. So I'm just saying, we'll see. Eli, you got something on Patty Mahomes before we slide off?
Yeah, nah, man. Look, I definitely respect you having Pat Mahomes in your top 5. Look, it was hard for me to keep Pat Mahomes out my top 5. You know, like y'all said, you know, he's a GOAT, bro. You know, he's already won 3 Super Bowls already, and he's only been in the league for about 6-7 years. You know, you can't deny that. They did have some horrible drops last season, so like you already hit on. You know, that should improve. It's just when I'm looking at the other guys and the situations that they're in, you know, I'm loving Jordan Love getting Josh Jacobs in the backfield. So I love that. I love that addition on top of those young receivers are only getting better. Jaden Reed's taking a big step. Romeo Dobbs is getting better. I think Musgraves, the tight end, is going to take another step forward. So I like that a little bit better. CJ Stroud with the addition of Stephon Diggs with Nico, Tank Dell. I like that situation a little bit better. It seems like all the other QBs, maybe in my top 5 outside of Josh Allen that lost Stephon, seems like all the other QBs going to have a little bit of a better supporting cast around them than Pat. But that's not to disrespect Pat. You know, I would say if I got to have my top 10, Pat is like 6 right there. And that's not off of his ability, right? That's off of the other receivers. Now, like you said, they go out in the draft and if they get 80 Mitchell, Xavier Worthy, Pat Mahomes can easily go back up to that 3-1 spot easily.
Okay. Y'all about to have me get him out. Get him my hot tape bag, man.
Like I said, we're already at that 50-minute mark. We're gonna try to speed it up just a little. We're gonna try to run through these just a little bit faster because we still got our bold takes and we still got our rookies. You feel me? So with that being said, let's run through our running backs real quickly. Nigel, run through your top 5 running backs real quick.
CMC, Brees Hall. Actually, Rodgers, CMC, Saquon Barkley, Brees Hall. I kind of did the running back by committee thing, but I low key want to throw that out. I'm gonna, because you said something that really interested me about the Chiefs. I'm gonna go Gibbs, and my last pick is gonna be Isaiah Pacheco.
Oh my brother. That boy got Isaiah Pacheco in the top 5.
Pacheco, no disrespect to you, dog. You know, you still a dog, but
That boy is a Ford Bronco. No OJ.
Have you seen what we began to go through these because we're already at the hour mark? But if you've seen the production he's put up this season, I'm a believer. But Eli,
Listen, we're gonna make sure we clip this so we can come back to like what was that now? Let me see. Where do they got Isaiah Pacheco at fantasy points per game? That man finished. No, let's say just total points. That man finished 17th last year.
people progress. We get better. We get better as time go on. You feel me? We get better as time go on.
All right, Eli, real quick. Top. Hey, go 5 down.
all right, cool. So starting off, number 5, we'll go ahead, my boy in LA, Kylan Williams. You know, he held it down for the off of the waivers, so big ups to Kylan.
Jesus.
Number 4, I think Bijan. I feel like is going to take a better step. I think all those skill position players, now that Arthur Smith is gone, we're going to see the best versions of Kyle Pitts, Bijan, and Drake London. So I got Bijan at number 4. You know, he can catch the ball real well. You already showed that. He can run the ball explosively. So Bijan at number 4. Number 3, I got Saquon. I like him in the Eagles offense. He's got a better O-line in front of him. He's still, you know, he's got Jalen Hurts, not outside dogs. So, hey, look, I know that will hurt for you, dog. I know that will hurt, bro. Hey, look, I got to call a spade a spade. Number 2, Breece Hall. Well, he came back from the ACL tear, and he started really hitting his stride towards the end of the season. Once he really started to get his legs back out of him. So, Breece number 2. And then number 1, come on now. that boy out in San Fran, man. CMC.
Yeah,
Let's not disrespect that. Let's not disrespect that.
The real great white hope.
Jose, this is the other
The
great white hope.
The great white hope.
Great white hope is big. Christian McCaffrey. Unanimous. 101.
Yeah, unanimous walk.
Unanimous. 101. You see that man in your lineup, you get scared. You see that man in your opponent's lineup, you're like, fuck. Funny story about CMC. Because, shocker, he's my number 1. I'll get shocker. Let me this quick story about CMC was the fact that I was in the playoffs. I want to tell you it was my first round in the playoffs last year. My team was eating. I think I think Lamar Jack went crazy. So I think I had a big game from Lamar Jackson, and I think Justin Jefferson had a good game because he had came back and he folded in the championship game. I'm not gonna hold you. But I think he had came back. So long story short, I had like a smooth, like 60, 50, 55 point lead on Buddy. Buddy was like, God damn. He said, shit. I need Christian to go for 50. Do you know what Christian did? Christian did 46.
46.
I want to let you know, I was sitting there like, nah, I got this. This is in the bag. And I watched this man, Christian McCaffrey, get every play, and I said,
come on now. Put some respect for CMC.
I said, nigga, are you... Listen, touchdown, catch, bro. I seen one that I don't know if y'all remember this play. This was the play. This was that week when Christian McCaffrey caught the shit. He caught like a fucking out. He caught a fucking out, right?
Against the Cardinals.
He caught the ball, fell down. He fell down. Nobody is seeing this nigga for fucking... There's nobody in front of this nigga for 15 yards. This man caught the ball, fell down, got up, and then ran for a fucking touchdown. I said,
hey,
somebody take this man out, please.
I remember that play. I remember
I remember that play. I said, if I'm 101, I already got a few different strategies. We'll talk about that's another episode and stuff like that. Because I don't see myself being 101. It's rare that you are, but if you are, and if you don't pick Christian McCaffrey, don't
You
listen to our
losing,
podcast. I'm just gonna
you're losing
go
your
ahead.
league
You can just
already.
I understand. But with that being said, that's my number one. But I'm gonna start at 5. Hey, this your boy set your boy up nicely last year. I'm gonna go with that boy, Jahmyr Gibbs. You feel me? Call that boy Sonic the Hedgehog out that hole. Listen, I'm not playing with you. That boy Jahmyr Gibbs. I think
I'm delusional.
it was an honorable mention between Jahmyr Gibbs and Devon A-Chain. I think what really did it for that, Raheem Mostert is still there. And I know they got David Montgomery there still as well in the Lions. But with that being said, my boy Jahmyr, I think, is going to take that second year. He already went crazy that first year. So they're only going to, I feel like they're going to increase. And there are some plays that, there's still some plays that just missed, or some couple like I think he's gonna eat.
Yeah.
Like you said, I got 4, Bijan Robinson. I think he is also, without Arthur Smith being in there and opening up. I think the Atlanta Falcons are just gonna be all around better.
Yeah, the way y'all talking about these Atlanta Falcons fans, this is about to be a top 5 offense, top 3 offense.
Oh no,
What is it?
I see Bijan being better, and so now that you can throw the ball, now. You got Kirk at least. Listen, we're not even gonna get into the receivers and stuff like that, but because that's a whole nother part. But long story short, I do feel like with the addition to some players and Kirk Cousins coming through, and a new coaching staff, I think the sky's the limit for Bijan Robinson. And boy, I know y'all seen that play when that man caught the ball with one hand behind his back and then basketball crossed over him, buddy. I said,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bijan Robinson first touchdown in this whole had me like,
Yeah.
it's a scary hour out here. Moving on, Kyron Williams, I got at number 3. Reason why I got Kyron over Bijan is I just think, especially if they don't take a running back in the draft, which they probably will, but they may be something, but they don't take nothing to eat up Kyron Williams' play. Kyron Williams, I don't even know what happened to Kyron Williams last year. I don't even know where this man came from. That man scared the hell out of me last year too.
This random Kyron hype is crazy.
Hey, listen, consistency. A lot of. Let me go back. Let me see. Where am I? Boom. Let me see. We got Kyron Williams last year finished in total fantasy points in the season. He finished 4th,
And he
and
missed
in
like
points
4
per
games.
game. And in points per game, he finished 2nd. He was 18.6 in points per game. Second.
Okay.
And
So
that was
especially,
missing at least like 3 or 4 games.
that's what I'm talking about. This man was coming
Yeah.
out. Listen, everybody, when you walk up in the fantasy league, you want to see people. You want to have at least 2 to 3 people that you could feel could give you 20 points. And Kyron Williams is one of those people that could give
He's
you
one of the
20
guys.
points.
Okay. All right.
I'm just saying. Sliding into number 2, I agree. I think Breece Hall, that boy Breece Hall, I think even with Aaron Rodgers come back, Aaron Rodgers, old ass, gonna be checking down and stuff like that. So I think the Jets are gonna be a balanced offense. And with the fact that they can pass, I think there's gonna open up even more. And I think, like I said, they got Tyshawn Smith, I believe is his name, came from Dallas over to the Jets, and they picked up another offensive lineman. And I think if Aaron Rodgers was kind of come back in December, so I see him being at least somewhat whatever, like 85% or 90% of what we think. But the year he won the MVP, if he regressed just a little bit, you feel me? So conspiracy theories and all, I think that Aaron Rodgers will help them out, the Jets out. So take it how you take it. And like I said, we done already spoke about the Great White Hope.
How you feel me? Hey,
big CMC 101 unanimous.
The one player we all agreed on at number 1 spot.
Right. Now, take me into. Eli, we'll start with you. Give me 5 down wide receivers.
All right, cool. All right, start with number 5. A lot of people might go ahead and disagree with this, but Justin Jefferson is number 5 for me. I had to keep him within my top 5. Just one.
He almost didn't make it in mine. I'll be real with you.
Yeah,
and I love Justin Jefferson.
You said Justin Jefferson?
He almost didn't make my top 5.
He almost didn't make mine too, but I was like,
I got
Justin Jefferson, I had to put him at number 5. We need to see what that QB situation is going to be looking like. Are the Vikings going to draft a QB, or they just gonna stay put, and he got Sam Darnold throwing him the ball. Already seen what Sam Darnold can do. So yeah, he's number 5. Number 4, Amon-Ra. That's my boy out in Detroit. You know, I think he's going to continue to eat. I think they just have a lot of mouths to feed in the offense, so I think that's where I kind of have him capped off at. Number 3, I got Jamar Chase. You know, he dealt with some injuries last season, and then, you know, kind of towards the second half of the season, he didn't even have Joe Burrow throwing him the ball. But then when he did have Joe throwing the ball to him, he had that 52-point game. So it's there. You know, it's there. And he could easily be the number 1 receiver by the end of the season. So, you know, number 3 is going to be Jamar. Number 2, CD. Man, the music that CD and Dak were making towards the end of the season was just that was different, man. I think it's been a while since I've seen a run like that. So I mean that's already been said, bro. So CD at number 2, and number 1, it's Tyreek Hill now. I don't think I've seen a receiver make playing receiver look so easy. Just the way that he could get open, and I never seen somebody just run away from everybody, you know, piecing them out. Like, dog, he's playing a video game every time.
Nah, the
Every
piece
time he's on the field, rather. So I got Tyreek at number 1, man.
I like it. Hey, listen, I like it. We got Tariq Hill. We're looking at in the total fantasy points. We're looking at the top 5 finishers. Was last year was Puka Nacua at 5. He almost made my top 5. He was actually there at first. I'm not even gonna hold you. I had him in there.
He was an honorable mention.
I had him in there. We got Mike Evans with total at 4. His old ass. We got Amon-Ra St. Brown at 3. Hey, listen. Last year I ain't gonna hold you. I was lines down. I had Jameer and Amon-Ra. I'll let you know why I was in the. Let you know why I was in the championship. And then Tariq Hill. Tariq Hill was 2, and your boy CD was 1. And then if I go per game, we got Tariq Hill was 1, CeeDee Lamb was 2. I'm gonna take Justin Jefferson out of that because he was hurt. They had Amon-Ra at 3, Keenan Allen at 4, and Debo at 5, and per game. Now, Keenan Allen was hurt a couple games. Maybe that's. Yeah, I think Debo hurt a couple games.
He played most of the season.
Yeah,
he played most of the season, so we'll give it that.
Yeah.
Cool beans. Eli, not Eli. Big Nigel. Talk to
him.
Give me 5 down. Give me 5 down first.
Be done. Number 5, bro. I got Malik Neighbors, bro. I got Malik Neighbors.
Rookie in your top 5. I did see a statistic saying that. I don't know what podcast I was listening to, but it was. They said in the past 9 years or the past 9 seasons, 6 out of those 9 seasons, a rookie receiver was top 12. So it's not. It's not crazy. Continue. Talk to me.
Okay, I'm not gonna get too deep into it. I know we pressed for time a little bit. My next person is CD.
Then we go CD at 4. Okay.
We're going Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek at 3. Woo!
We're going to Amon-Ra.
Amon-Ra at 2. Okay. I'm not gonna hold you. I like these more than your running backs and you feel me. Malik Neighbors at 5 is nuts. But I like your boy. I like him. Come on.
Hey, if Marvin Harrison named up Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors would be running away with number 1 wide receiver. Garrett Wilson at number 1.
I feel it. I can see that.
Garrett Wilson is number 1.
You got Garrett Wilson at number 1.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Well, that boy said Aaron Rodgers is the next vice president.
Right.
So we gotta go crazy.
I watched him the year before with Offensive Player of the Year. And then he did what he did with Zach Wilson and Tyler Boyle. Who was that guy? They had my science teacher out there throwing him the ball, and he was still putting up numbers.
Fair.
That's where I'm gonna go. Like I said, I know we gotta push along, but
let me look at Garrett Wilson real quick. Hold on. They don't even got my mans. Hold on. Fantasy points per game. Garrett Wilson. Lord Jesus. Damn, you got me sliding the hell. You know, let's go total because points per game got some people
Let, let,
who hurt. Let's
yeah,
go
let,
total.
let,
Let's
let,
go
let,
total.
let's go total because like I said, like it was a couple games. It don't look good. It don't look good when you look at it blanket. You feel me? All right, you gotta understand that we had throwing him the ball the entire season.
Fair. They got Garrett. So and that's what I'm gonna give to you. I'm gonna give to you with the Jets' horrible QB situation. With that, Garrett Wilson finished 36th in total points in the season. Now, I see the Jets scoring more touchdowns. I see the Jets being in the red zone more often. So
Yeah.
I can see that going on. So I won't. Number one is a tall task when you got your boy Tariq Hill out there and CeeDee Lamb. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you, but
Hey,
we'll see. And so with
let's.
that,
Can
we
I
got.
throw my tight ends? I want to go first with the tight ends. I don't want Eli. I don't want Eli to go first with these tight ends. Let me go first with these tight ends.
I got you. Let me throw my receivers real quick.
Okay.
Quick.
Okay. Oh yeah. Go ahead.
My receivers, I got at 5. I got the Sun God, Big St. Brown. You feel me? I do have
Okay.
St. Brown as number 5. Like I said before, I think you got Laporta, you got the running backs going crazy and stuff like that, but everybody knows the ball hog. Hey, you want to catch? You need a first down? You know who you
Hey,
looking for.
give it
Dead
to the
ass.
sun guy. Give it to the sun
The
guy.
Sun
Yeah.
God. Listen, the boy know everybody that went ahead of him, and he ain't folded since. You feel me? Then I got I got Justin Jefferson at 4, and it was hard to put him there. I'm not gonna hold you. I had him out, and then I was listening to some experts, the experts, and so you feel me. And so with that being said, Sam Darnold can. Here's the thing: I've seen this man, Justin Jefferson. Catch passes that honestly just would make you want to quit football. So if you was guarding him. So with that being said, anybody throwing that man the ball, and he was hurt last year, and it's his contract year. So I
Yeah.
was like, I almost had him. I had him out of my top 5, but when I had some last minute things, and there's some talk around. There is some talk around that they really feel like my man is really going to what's it called is
So
really going to show out.
okay.
On top of that, let me see. Let me get into
Number 3. Let me sneeze. Look.
Let me get into number 3. I have.
Oh, yeah, that guy. That
Where's my
guy.
reviews at? I'm sorry. Number 3, I got Jamar Chase. And number 2,
Thanks.
I got Jamar Chase. I think Joe Burrow coming back is going to hold things down for surely. And then going into number 1. I can't believe I got too many Cowboys in this goddamn top 5. I gotta go CeeDee Lamb. The way
You
that
say
nigga
you're not a
went
Cowboys
crazy is
fan?
just the way that he went crazy is just it don't make no sense. It really make no sense how he was going crazy. Like I said, the last 12 games, that man was giving 25 minimum. And so if you got anything of those, and the CeeDee Lamb is the reason why I lost my championship last year. So that shit hurt to see. I'm not even gonna hold you. And Justin Jefferson folded on me last year in the championship round. Ugh. They changed QBs. That was a whole thing. I can't even put it on them. They put Nick Mullins and some other God.
Hey
God.
boy, but I'm not gonna get into the Vikings QBs right now. I'm I'm disappointed in myself.
Hey, listen, we don't even got to get into it. Hey, for the sake of time, we're gonna get into the tight ends, and after that, we're gonna cut it, and then
Okay.
and you feel me? We'll get our next ones in there.
With the ball takes.
In a
Okay.
bold take. We'll get the
Okay.
bold takes. We'll get the bold takes into our next episode after
Got
the
you.
draft. But let's go ahead and finish up with the tight ends. Nigel, you said you want to start off with the tight ends. Give me bottom down. Give me 5 down.
Yeah. 5 down. We got Trey McBride, man. Got that guy
Gotcha.
Trey. Got
Okay.
that guy Trey. We got the man, the myth, the legend, the real white wonder, Mark Andrews. I put Brock Bowers up there, man, at number 3.
That boy got Brock Bowers.
Wow, 2 rookies in the top 5.
Hey, yo, I seen the tape on Brock, boy. Hey, the way they talk about this man Brock, hey, I have Sam Laporta right after that,
Okay.
and I have Kyle Pitts number 1, man.
Where you
Wow.
now you got Brock Bowers depending on no matter where he go, or you got some insider. You know where you're going.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of projections, and most of them have him going to the same place. And I think he's gonna thrive. I think he's gonna thrive. So most of them I'm going to the Texans. I've seen the way Will Levis pass the ball. Hey, man, I think most of them going to the Texans. I think he's gonna be a number 1 option on the Texans. So I feel like he's gonna do his thing. That's all I gotta say about the tight ends. I'm gonna let Eli go. Okay, he
Eli go.
made his bases.
Eli go into that, and then after the tight ends, we're gonna we'll skip the bold, but we'll give some quick rookie destinations. All right.
Okay.
Bet.
So give me your tight ends 5 down.
All right, bro. 5 down, man. I'm starting off number 5. That man David Njoku, bro.
Njoku. Okay. All right. I can see it.
Cleveland offense is looking. It's very scary. And I mean, he was doing some crazy things to end off the season. So I got Njoku number 5. Number 4. Oh boy, out in Arizona, Trent McBride, man. He was doing some crazy things too.
Yes, sir.
Once Kyler came back, he was really starting to get some rapport with McBride. So I like what they got cooking in Arizona with them too. Number 3.
Okay.
Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews was killing it before he got his injury. Then once he came
The
back,
White Wonder.
he's coming back just a little slow, but
Another great white hope.
Hey,
Great White Hope, man.
there's only 2 guys that I could give that to, and there's Josh and CMC, the true ones.
All right. Go ahead.
All right.
Move on.
Number 2, my boy drip Travis Kelce, bro. Shoot, man.
Tavarius.
He might be
Tavarius.
Actually, I'm sorry. He lost that name once he lost his black girlfriend. He's with Taylor. He's a Swiftie now. So
You didn't say create the fade. Go to number 1. Go to number 1. Go to number 1.
At the end of the day, he's still Travis Kelce. Look, when he was playing, I know he went through his little slump towards the end of the season. But when I saw in the postseason, don't count that man out. When he really needed the most, Pat Mahomes will look at that man, Travis Kelce, and say, do your damn thing. So Travis Kelce at number 2. And undisputed number 1 for me, Sam Laporta, man. I mean, young tight end came on the scene last year, killed it as a rookie. You really don't see that a lot from tight ends, coming on the scene like that, especially the way he did, the way that offense looks. He's got some good supporting cast around him. Jared Goff still toting the ball to him. So number 1 for me, Sam Laporta.
Okay. Alrighty. A quick rundown for my tight ends just for the time. Let me see. I don't think I ain't here. I don't think I heard this in your top 5. I got that boy Kincaid in there. I got that boy Dalton Kincaid. Like I said, they lost Diggs. They lost Diggs. They might pick up a receiver late round, but hey, the coaches in there was talking about they got a bunch of pass catchers that they feel are going to be in there, and that is your boy. And they didn't call Dalton Kincaid a tight end. They called him a pass catcher. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So that's just one of the quick things. I got your boy Kelce in there just cause you feel me. I just pedigree. He up there. He on Patrick Mahomes. He gonna kick them short routes. He probably gonna still score them touchdowns. I got Trey McBride at 3. Arizona. He came on the scene last year in the late half of the season. So I see them picking that back up. They're probably gonna get a receiver, but I still see Kyler Murray still short, and he still love the middle of the field. So he gonna hit them tight ends.
Yeah.
Then I got Mark Andrews coming off this injury. I see him coming back. I see Lamar Jackson still running through the offense through him and keeping it pushing. Even with Derrick Henry, I still see Mark Andrews as a big red zone threat and still getting a lot of catches. And then your boy Sam Laporta at number 1. The Lions, man, I'm saying though, the Lions, you could literally make your team the Lions and go ahead and win the championship next year. I'll literally stamp that. I'm gonna have an episode on that. Don't worry about that. And so I'm sorry we got to run through that real quickly for the sake of time. But just so that we are on it. That's your tight ends. And then real quick, hey, to end us off, we're gonna end off on tell me where you want your rookie. Give me one rookie destination that you're looking for. Give me a top rookie that you're looking for and where you want him to go. Whoever wants to start it off.
Yeah.
All right. So it's probably gonna be a hot take. Personally, man, I want to see JJ McCarthy with the Minnesota Vikings. Right now, this is
okay.
Going
Save
with
your boy JJ.
This is going with the assumption that picks 1 through 3 are all gonna be Caleb Williams and Drake May, Jada Daniels 1 through 3 between the Bears, Commanders, and Patriots. If the Vikings trade up to either 4 or 5, I would love to see JJ McCarthy with the Minnesota Vikings. One, right? He has championship pedigree, man. You don't win a championship in college just by being a bum. That doesn't mean every championship quarterback translates to the pros, but I think the system that Jim Harbaugh had him in, I think really had him prepared for a pro style system. And plus with the Minnesota Vikings, one, I love the landing spot. He has some great weapons. Got Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, CJ Hawkinson once he gets healthy, Aaron Jones in the backfield. I mean, I really don't think there's many spots in the league that any quarterback can go to that would be better than that landing destination alone. And especially for a rookie QB, I mean, that's what you hope for, right? A good you get to go to a good team that already has great weapons around you.
Yeah.
And then 2, he really won't need to start right away, right? He can sit behind Sam Darnold. Now, that's not saying, Sam Darnold is going to be the starter for the rest of the season for him. I can easily see a situation where Sam Darnold starts to play bad and JJ McCarthy has to go in. But on a scenario that Sam Darnold plays all right, say they go about 9 and 8, or even like 8 and 9, that next season, JJ McCarthy has a season under his belt, learn, and now he could really step into that starter role without all the pressure. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my hot take, man. I would like to see JJ McCarthy with the Minnesota Vikings.
I like it.
I
like it. Run through it quick, Nigel. Nigel.
I know. I'm gonna go real quick. I want to see what I'm gonna do today on the Bears, man. I want to see what I'm gonna do today on the Bears, and I ain't gonna get into it too much. When we get our hot takes, I'm gonna get into that more. But CJ, I'm gonna toss it off to you. I know you gotta kick it off. Go ahead, kick it off.
Go ahead.
Alrighty. I appreciate that. My rookie destination that I want to see. All the projections are pretty much going there, but I want to see Jaden Daniels on the Commanders. Why I want to see him on the Commanders is more or less I don't want to see him on the New England Patriots. That's actually more of the take. I feel like the Commanders at 2 gives the better chance for Jaden Daniels to play his game. Let that boy run, let that boy toss. I feel like in New England, even though they got a new coach, there still might be a little bit more New England, the New England way. And also, I don't know who the fuck he's gonna throw it to in New England.
Yeah.
So I don't want to see none of that at all. So like I said, this episode is gonna be coming out the day before the draft. That's our rookie destination. We didn't told you why. We didn't introduce you to ourselves. We done told you why we want you to play fantasy football, why you think you should. We done also went through our top 5 in each position, from your QBs, running backs, your receivers, and your tight ends. And we done left you off with a quick, smooth rookie take, getting ready for the draft. We will be covering the draft that next week after, so be looking out for that. And listen, this is the ending of the first official episode of the Fleecers Fantasy Football Podcast. It's your host CJ. I got your boy Nigel, and I got your boy Eli with us, and we are out of here. Peace.
Peace.